Hello, my ICTA students. In this video, we're going to play with indents. In the last one, we played with bullets. Here, we're going to play with indents. So I want you to go to File, go to Open, go to Browse, and now go to your folder. So go to your name on the left-hand side. And now go to your classes drive. So go to your classes drive and go to your ICT folder. And you should be able to find the folder called Teaching Docs. So go to that folder, check your address bar, and make sure that you see classes drive, ICT, whatever class you are in, and your teaching documents. And now we want the data that says data for bullets and indents. So double click on it to open it. All right, and now we'll save it. So let's go File, Save As, go to Browse, and now go to your folder. Make sure you're on your name. Go to your ICTA slot 4, and we're going to go to Displays. All right, and this time, click in the file name box. We will take out the word data for bullets. So we just leave it on indents. All right, so now type in your name and put in the date that's current for you and leave indents there. All right, click on Save. So it's the same document we've used before, but this time we're going to put indents in. Now we're just going to work with this one paragraph first of all. All right, so what we want to do is we want to put a left indent. So watch. We're going to go to the rectangle and drag your left indent in. Let's drag it in about 1 inch. All right, so you saw the whole left side move in. Now, if I take the top triangle, which says first line indent, so this is first line, and we drag it back to 1/2 inch. So do you see the first line was dragged back, but all the remaining lines stay here at 1 inch. All right, now this time if you point to the left indent and you drag, do you see that you moved it over? All right, the left indent dragged it over. It maintained the same position. It didn't change, but it moved it. If you want to move back, point to your left indent and move it back. Now, let's take this first line, indent, and we decide that we want to bring it in 2 ticks. So we bring it in 2 ticks, and then you have it hanging over. But if you didn't want that, another way you could do it is you can put your first line back at the 1/2 inch, and then you said, oh, if I pointed this triangle, which says hanging indent, I could do it this way. So now I have 1/2 inch indent on here. So it all depends on what setup that you want. So these are the 3 buttons that you have to learn to play with. This is the first line, okay? That's the first line. Maybe you want it back at the left margin. Maybe you want the hanging indent only in 2 ticks. But we'll make it more extreme so that you can definitely see it, okay? And the remaining lines are in 1/2 inch. Now, you also have a right indent. Now, this one's easy because there's only one. So, you came in 1/2 inch with the left indent. So now you want to come in 1/2 inch with the right indent. Don't touch your margin there, just touch the indent. So you came in 1/2 inch on the right-hand side, and you've come in 1/2 inch on the left-hand side. Now, let's go to this paragraph and watch. Let's take the left indent. We aren't going to touch the top line, or pardon me, the first line. And we want to come in, let's say we'll come in 1 inch. So there, we have 1 inch on the left-hand side. And if we come in here, we have 1 inch on the right-hand side. So if you were doing a quote, then you have indented it 1 inch on each side. All right, so now you say, I like this one. I want to keep it. Remember your paintbrush? Double click. And now we want to paint that one to match. and we're going to paint this one to match. And now they're all the same. All right, turn off your paintbrush. And it's light gray, so it's not on anymore. And now let's select all three. So you decide 1 inch is too much. So point to your left indent and come back to 1/2 inch. Point to your right indent and come out to 1/2 inch. So you moved all the paragraphs at the same time. So sometimes we want to use our paintbrush. Sometimes we just need to select all and drag them to wherever we want them. And now if you want no indents, then you click, hold, and drag to no indents on the left-hand side. And now you drag over and you have no indents on the right-hand side. So it's very easy to work with your indents. You won't have a problem with that. All right, I think that's all. We'll stop there. Now, we can do one more thing. We can put your bullets on here. All right, so let's go back here, and hopefully we don't crash. Go Control S to save, just in case. So go to your bullets, and this time, let's just choose one of the default ones. It doesn't matter. All right, so here we've chosen one of the default ones, and we have indented them. All right, I'm going to take the highlight off, and we're only going to change one right now, just so that I can review it with you. So I'm going to point to my left indent, drag it back. Now, I want the other ones to be the same. So I left double click on my paintbrush, and I paint, and I paint. And now they're all identical. So that's when your paintbrush will come in. You don't necessarily have to do them all at the same time. You do one, and then you can paint the ones that you want to do differently. And I'll shut my format painter off. All right, that's the end for this class. So stop there, and thank you for watching.